What's up, everybody? And something has just been lurking inside my head, inside my mind. It's just something's just recently been brought to my attention. And as you know, in my last video, I briefly talked about Logan Paul making a return to boxing. After hearing about him coming back, I've seen questions, and I want to be the one to answer them. Can Logan Paul actually box? Let's check out some footage. Here we go. Round one, the bell rings. Logan Paul comes in, his hands are really low. And I want to talk about his hands being low for a second. Logan Paul fighting with his hands low is a tactic used by a lot of fighters. And it makes them so much harder to fight because it's much more unpredictable. Like fighting with your hands up, you know, your eyes are going to see a hand twitch and you're immediately going to block. When your hands are low, it's more unpredictable because, you know, their hands are down here. And you know, it looks like, you know, see their shoulder move and you're like, okay, wait, where are they throwing this? You don't like lean to the wrong way. Imagine like I move this hand and then another one comes right behind it, like the opposite hand. And so it makes that fighting style so much harder to just go against. So Logan Paul was immediately trying to, you know, this whole entire fight was just jabs and 1-2s.
Logan fighting with his hands down a little bit right.
Immediately mentioned it. Now, what I noticed in this fight, Logan Paul did not like to engage at all. And, you know, you see here, he gets hit once. And this is where I feel like in the fight where he realizes boxing is not a game. You can't play boxing. And the first hit, just want you guys to see this. It's going to hit him, or it's going to miss. And he immediately leans just hard and immediately clinches. He could feel that, you know, KSI is trying to beat him up in there, trying to knock him out. And just that thought alone, another man is in there and he wants to knock you out, can strike fear into many. And you have to be a very brave person to step into the ring against another man trained to defeat you. And especially, you guys have already fought each other before, so it makes it even more difficult because he knows some of your moves already. So in this fight, Logan really liked to clinch a lot.
Right now, perhaps a little too casual.
He needs to really focus right now.
Immediately, Logan Paul, he loads up on such a big right hand. Let's see this. You're gonna see his right arm go up, and Logan Paul is gonna what? You're gonna see Logan Paul's right hand go up, and KSI is immediately gonna acknowledge that. He's trying to get his lead hand up, so he could get the range for the right hand to land. He does it, sticks out the left hand, and the right is getting ready to load up. You're gonna see Logan put his full body into this right hand. Misses, KSI ducks, immediately clinches. This is a perfect example of what I was talking about, fighting with his hands low. See that? So, let me just play it back a little bit. He looks like he's going to hit with the right. Looks like he's loading up the right hand. KSI slips, immediately catches a jab straight to the face. Ooh, it just twists right into the jaw. And see, the weird thing about it, Logan Paul didn't engage. Right open. He could have landed that jab, immediately right hand straight down the pipe. Probably would have knocked him down. He didn't do it. He hesitated, actually. Bam. He sees it. He's about to go for it, and he stops. And just doesn't do it. And now KSI fires back. Like, the big thing I noticed is that the ring is bigger. And Logan Paul is immediately coming forward. Maybe it's because he wasn't afraid of Floyd's power. But the thing was, the change in this fight was Logan's mentality. You can see him smiling, being super happy, and he's trying to land the knockout punch. Now, Logan Paul's stance switches here. From the first fight, it's very low. This fight, he keeps his right hand up so he doesn't get caught with Floyd's perfect left hook that he lands on just about everyone that he fights. And Logan has his left hand low because, you know, Floyd is short, and also to block the body or to parry it. You're gonna see it right now. See that left? He tries landing it. It actually does land on the top, but it didn't land on like the soft side of Logan's head. And Logan is using that lead hand to make sure Floyd doesn't get like any closer, and also for range as well. Good jabs to the body. Logan clinches to get Floyd tired, pushes him off. Okay, so this is a big thing that, you know, a lot of people talked about. Pretty much the biggest moment in the whole fight. Logan Paul throwing the biggest flurry I've ever seen, and it did not look good on him. He was throwing the weirdest, choppiest punches ever. He wasn't throwing like punches, anything straight. He was kind of throwing like windmills. And let's take a look at that. Big right hand. One that hits him on the side. On the ear. That's probably the one that busted Floyd's ear. Starts kind of pushing. Ooh, that one actually lands at the top of the head. The left lands at the top of the head. This is a big right hand that's going to land. Let's see. Ooh, kind of in the back of the head. That one punched right through Floyd's guard. His boxing glove goes over here. This one also goes straight through Floyd's guard. Wow. This one hits the glove. It skims the side. Oh, this one hits Floyd right in the center, like over here. You do not want to get hit right behind the ear. That will put your lights out. Okay, these were not landing right here. That skimmed the top of Floyd's head. Blocked. Blocked. Let's see this. Ooh, lands right on the ear again. You see Floyd's head move. And as he's moving back, so it didn't land that hard. If Floyd was moving forward, he probably would have gone down. The uppercut misses, or not misses, it's blocked. Okay, yeah. They didn't really land very clean, but a lot of them actually did land. So now we have an idea for like what Logan looks like when he unloads on people. What I was very impressed with in this fight was Logan Paul's movement. You're going to see him slip a lot of Floyd shots. And it's just absolutely insane seeing it. But maybe that's where Floyd's age comes in. See that uppercut went straight through. Let's see this. See this uppercut. Immediately he clinches. Okay. So this uppercut makes it straight through Floyd's guard. Let's see it. He clinches him and just pushes it right through. This is how strong Logan is. Bam! Floyd's head goes up. Now, here's my conclusion for the question that I was asked. Can Logan Paul actually box? And if I'm being honest, Logan Paul, he's more of a scrapper. He has not... His technique is not really good at all. And I'm curious to see in his next fight if that's what they worked on the most. His technique. The reason why Logan Paul and KSI was so good and why it was so anticipated was both of them have pretty poor technique. And both of them are just scrappers and brawlers. They're just stand and bang the whole time. And that's what made it so interesting. And so, you know, it goes back to the question, who would win, Logan Paul or Jake Paul? And a lot of people like to say Logan just because he's bigger, stronger, or they just don't like Jake Paul. Me, personally, thinking from an unbiased boxing standpoint, I think Jake Paul would win. I don't know if he would be able to knock Logan out. I've seen Logan go down before. You know, but we've also seen Jake hurt as well. But I just think Jake is so much more technical and he knows how to control his power. Logan, on the other hand, and he's just trying to fight. He just wants to throw punches. That's all he wants to do the whole time. And if he feels himself in a very uncomfortable position, he will clinch you. And that's what makes him super hard to fight. He's such a big man that can move fast, and he'll just grab on you whenever, he wants to. Logan Paul has even said it himself that he's an entertainer. He goes out there to entertain, and I think that's what is really messing him up, kind of. He just wants to get, fight of the night and just be the most interesting fight. I don't think he's truly there to, to have like the best skill or technique. He just wants to go out there and put on a show, and he said it before. There's no problem with that. He's making his money, and we're being entertained. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. If you liked it, make sure to drop a like and subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you guys for watching. See ya.
I was looking at the clock when it struck 12 a.m. Heard a voice in my head tell me get up out that bed. So I got down on my knees and I started praying. I said, Lord, I know it's you.